fan of the Hodaki Big Show podcast? Make sure you check out more from Jay, Smike and Keezy on their Instagram at Hodaki Big Show, or tune in to them 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hodaki. Thanks, mate.
Thanks,
hey,
mate.
no worries, mate.
Good on you,
Touchdown!
mate. Yeah, man.
And they take the lead for the first time in the game. First play after a punt recovery there, Kansas City.
Do you know something, Mogi? I've never watched a Super Bowl.
All right.
Ever. I don't mind American football, but I don't go out of my way for it.
I don't go out of my way for it. I enjoy the game. What I used to do was, back in the day, they used to have it, and then they do replays of the games during the season.
Yes.
And they would cut out all of the ad breaks, all of the timeouts, all of that shit. And it would just be an hour-long game. And it was great.
Yeah.
But I cannot sit through all the stoppages. It just... They're really taking the piss. And especially with the Super Bowl.
Worse than rugby?
Oh. And
it's like 4 hours long.
Well, this is a 1 hour game. It takes 4 hours.
Yeah.
So the other idea is that you wait until it's half time and then you start watching it, and then you can fast forward through all the crap.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, because I appreciate that it's obvious, that it's quite a tactical game, and they have all sorts of plays going on, but it's just never grabbed me by the bullos.
The bullos!
How are we, fellas? You're
Pretty
very
good.
quiet, Keezy. What's going on?
Keezy is quiet today, isn't he?
What's up, Keezy?
G'day, fellas. I'm all goods.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just doing some pondering over here.
What are you pondering, babe?
Nah, it's all good.
Oh, it's okay, man. It's going to be all right.
Hey, Keezy.
What?
Eyes to the front,
mate? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pondering that. Like, if I work in a job where I'm not even allowed to perv out the window,
Yeah.
then what's the point?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the point? Eyes to the front, Keezy.
Oh, my God. How
Jeez.
many...
Taylor Swift.
I've been watching this for 5 minutes since we walked in here, and they've shown Taylor Swift 3 times.
Yes.
Who cares?
God, that's
I love it, eh?
You a big fan of Taylor Swift, are you, Mogi?
I know there's not a lot of negativity about it, but who gives a shit, eh?
Yeah.
Well, clearly I do.
You want an image of Taylor Swift or some random in the crowd? Like, what does it matter? People are really up in arms about it.
She's grown on me, just because she's done quite a few musical collaborations with the National, which I
Right.
quite like.
Right.
Which I quite like.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
I could tell you, honestly, I've never heard a song of hers. Or if I have, I wouldn't know it was her.
Sure. Yeah.
I couldn't
and
name a tune.
She's massively talented, I'll give her that. It's not my style, but
We should let her know.
you'd be into a bit of Taylor, wouldn't you, Keezy?
My wife is massively into Taylor Swift, as is everyone that she knows and is friends with.
Seriously?
Yeah.
She's the
Right.
biggest act in the world by some margin, isn't she,
Probably.
Keezy?
Yes.
Hey?
Yeah.
That, her and Fat Freddy's Drop.
Yeah. Her and the fat.
Good weekend, fellas.
Great weekend.
Did you go to
actually.
that?
No.
Symphony? No.
No, I was quite hungover, and
Why? What'd you do on Friday?
the thing you came to briefly.
Oh, yeah, right. Ah.
The Heineken thing.
Did you really? You get smashed. I tell you what, man, I went out and I was there and obviously not drinking.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And it was so... Yeah. If you're not drinking, it's a tough event.
We arrived.
Sure.
The group that I went with, which was me and Benaya and our partners, and we all stood off to the side and were just like, this is going to be a massive wank fest of who's on Instagram.
What was it again?
It was like a VIP night before Symphony thing.
Oh, okay.
And Symphony's great. Been to it before. It's excellent. And I was like, but we'll go along. Rudimental's going to play. There's food and drinks. But once I had like 3 or 4 beers, I was like, oh no, this is sick.
Yeah.
But it's just that real, you
But
walk
if
in.
you're not having the 3 or 4 beers,
Yeah,
that is the problem.
That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah, and John Butler did a sound check over the back, not where we were, but so I went and watched that. It was good.
Yeah.
On the lap steel. It sounded so good.
So good. And
Yeah.
then we left, man. We had a beer.
Yeah.
So we'll have a beer. It was fine. Had a beer, then went around to a mate's place, had 2 more beers, woke up on Saturday and felt like shit. After 3 beers, I was just like,
It's
no more.
because that's why we were asking you the other day, like, do you think you'd go out as much if you weren't on the beersies? Because that's the massive conundrum for me, is like, I can handle it for 20 minutes and then I go, nah. But if I had, 4 or 5 beersies in me, be sweet
Social
as.
lubricant,
Yeah,
isn't it,
it'd be sweet as.
Well, that thing on Friday night is something I would usually say no to because I don't actually like going to big dance gigs. That is not my vibe at all. I'll go see a band play, but I
But that
needed
wasn't
the
even a
beers.
dance gig. But what did
It did turn into
something?
yeah,
did it?
absolutely, it did. It turned into like once it started getting darker, they cranked it up. They had the lights go. It was sick.
It wasn't clear to me what was going on.
No,
I just
I had no
assumed
idea.
that the guy that was playing those tunes at the start was a guy from Rudimental, and he was just playing some tunes.
No, he was just. I think maybe he was, but they were just warming up, and then they got involved and like got the MC going. And,
Yeah, right.
You know, that was sick, but I needed a fair amount of lubricant.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I don't think I would go to anything like that unless I had beers.
Right.
Ever.
Yes. Because then it just turns into kind of an awkward fest.
Massively.
You know, you just sort of sit there and go, yeah, dum dee doo dee doo dee doo doo.
Yeah.
And you catch up
You
with
would have
people.
been eyes to the front, Hoity J, that's for sure.
Right.
Would have been eyes to the front, Hoity J.
It was
it-
probably ice to the ground if it was you. You just
Yeah, look down, man.
Really? Was there quite a lot of
don't know. I wasn't looking.
Good-looking fellas.
good-looking dudes there?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was there a moshie?
And there was a few people that we knew there, which was good, but yeah, I don't know.
The Hodaki Big Show with Jason Hoyt, Mike Minogue, and Keezy. The Hodaki Big Show, weekdays at 4 on Radio Hodaki.
There's a lot of people who
It felt like it was a place to be seen.
yes, which I hate, by the
Yeah.
way. I absolutely hate that. But there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who were wearing stuff which you could tell was like their most scuck stuff they could pull out. They had like funny hats on and cool glasses and like weird. And I was just like, wow, this is really like you going all out right now. Meanwhile, I was just in a t-shirt and jeans. I was just like, yeah, I feel underdressed.
Did you
Yeah.
wear a cool hat, Mogi?
No. But I wore
Oh.
a cool hat to Symphony the next day, you'll be
Did
pleased
you?
to know.
Yeah,
Fedora?
good.
And then I actually had a guy come up to me because I had to go home at one point and come back. And I just said, I don't need that. So I left it at home. And this guy comes up, where's your cool hat, Mogi? I was like, man, you're an hour too late, brother. You're an hour too late.
funny.
Yeah, nice.
That's your whole thing.
Yeah.
How was Symphony?
It's great.
Yeah. Fat
Yeah.
Freddy's?
I've got a story to tell about that. I might leave that for the show.
Yeah, leave
Yeah,
it for the
okay.
show, mate.
Yeah.
Got up on
You know,
stage
get
there.
people to listen to the show as well.
Yeah, it's smart
yeah.
actually. That's good. You go big on at Symphony. What time did you come home?
I didn't stay for the whole thing.
Right.
She's a big day, man.
It's huge,
She's
yeah.
a big day. Again, if you're sober,
Yeah.
probably not going to stay for the whole day.
Yeah.
Um,
And was it really? No, it was a bit
it was
cloudy.
hot as shit.
It was a bit.
It was
okay.
so hot, and
Yeah.
we took the kid.
Right. Were you the only one there with a small child?
No,
there was a few there, but not many.
Okay.
There wasn't many, not many. But yeah, good for her to get out there and have a geese. She's a big John Butler fan.
Was there the waft of marijuana
There
in
was,
there?
yeah. It was like her first festival, and also her first time getting massively stoned.
Yeah. Was there some sort of trip action going on, do you
There
think?
was. Well,
Don't
again,
take the brown acid.
Again, I'll talk about it on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
There would have
Gee,
been a
I
lot
just-
of that.
I
There
just
were
wanna
some
start the
characters
show
there, I
now.
tell you what.
I bet. When was that? Saturday night?
Saturday.
Yeah.
It is a great event. It's like they've got, they had the Hurricane, so they have fair rides,
Yes.
as well as like 35 food trucks, and there's all sorts of shit. I thought it was just going to be get in a field, here's a stage, that's your lot. But
Yeah.
it's really cool. It's really, really good. Next year I'll go again, and what I would change is I would get
Steamed.
the the VIP thingy, because like Zara went to get a drink at one point and it took her 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And for that reason, it's worth paying more.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck that. Here for the music. I'm not going to spend 40 minutes at a time. And then when she got to the front, everyone, like the guy in front could buy 4 drinks, but she was the cutoff. She could buy 2 drinks.
Classic.
And then it became 1 drink. And so,
That's like when you'd go, to the rugby and miss half the game, getting some beers.
yeah.
Good times.
When you're at the what, Jace? You were just, oh my God. Even Pugs is pointing at you. At the rugby, though, you've got to find a bar that no one goes to. Because we often do that.
But then you spend half the game finding a bar that no one goes to.
No. You get there early and you find the bar. That's like everyone goes to the bars by the entrances and stuff. You've got to find a quieter one and then go, at strategic moments.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
And
Just
then,
before halftime.
and buy 50 at
And
a time.
buy 50 at a time.
Like a tray.
Yeah.
So my wife, when she comes with me, because she doesn't really drink, I make her get a tray of 4 drinks, and then I get a tray of 4 drinks, and then she'll have usually like 1 or 2 of the drinks on her tray. Don't whisper, Keezy. I think it's a good strat.
That's when she...
It means I never have to get up again.
Yeah, I found myself actually in a scenario quite often where I've had access to free booze.
Yes.
And people don't know that I'm not drinking, so they just get me to go up and get them booze.
Well,
Right.
we did that at the
You know what I mean?
darts. Remember, you gave me your free drink vouchers.
Oh, yes.
And then I get you a Red Bull.
Actually,
And then I was kind of like, I shouldn't be giving him this Red Bull, even though he was
Yeah.
giving me alcohol.
speaking of Red Bull,
No.
Go get one in you, man.
Yeah,
nah, I've had 2 iced coffees today. It's enough.
Ugh, ice to
I'm
the
a bit
front.
throaty. I'm a bit sort of. My voice feels very pubescent for some reason. Mind you, I haven't done a lot of talking over the weekend, so maybe that's it.
You're all alone, were you?
No. But you know, my wife and I have a comfortable silence.
Sure.
I bet it's
was
very
your daughter there
uncomfortable.
or not?
Yes, my daughter was there.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, she was on and off.
Yeah, but she doesn't talk to him.
No.
She doesn't like to stay at home for long.
Right.
She'll go out sort of all afternoon, and then at 8 o'clock we'll go, can we pick you up now, please? And she'll go, just one more hour. And we'll go, okay.
Can we pick you up? Yeah.
Yes.
I went to the dentist today and I realised it was the first person I'd spoke to verbally all day. And I had no chat. I could barely even talk. My voice was like yours.
Yes.
Just a shambles.
Well, I mean,
Nah,
I
I'm just
don't
joking.
know that it's a
It's
shambles.
not a shambles. But he was like, oh, g'day, mate. You know, when was the last time you came in? I was like, 6 months ago.
So what did you do
6 years ago.
on Saturday to get over your hangover? Or did you just get back on it?
No, I got up and went and met my parents for a nice brekkie. They were up for the weekend, Mon and Don. So I went
Yes.
and met them at a cafe by the Harbour Bridge there, and then had a nap, and then went for a walk, and then had dinner and then watched a movie, and then went to
What
bed.
movie did you watch?
I'll save it for what's on
Hey,
telly.
good on you.
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Good on you, Keezy.
Yeah, good stuff. fellas. Hey, follow the old Instagram page there, Hodaki Big Show. Also, Mr. Mike Minogue, Hoity J, Call Me Pugs, and of course, Chris Key and Zed on Instagram. All right, thanks, mate.
Thanks,
What?
mate.
Yeah.
Who's that, Mogi? Who's that
Yeah.
glamorous blonde woman?
That's Jay-Z and Beyonce. That's Leonardo DiCaprio and
Right.
Jimmy Kimmel.
I bet they're in the VIP.
Of course they are. And that's Taylor pretending to care about football.
Yeah, boy.